Hi, it's Bernie Goldbach, creating content for the youth media team. Post-production is the fifth phase, a phase that we enter when we need to edit.
Post-production. Sometimes we edit our audio.
Most of the time, we can do all the production we need in the handset at the venue. When we need post-production, it's best done in the back office, away from the maddling crowd, where you can do your cuts, fix the problems, and republish. Post-production is part of a digital literacy flow. We started with research, some preparation. We recorded and then produced all on the handset. In post-pro, we do things in a different space before we reimagine content, publish it, and syndicate it. We will track what we do and archive the products that we make. Previously, you might remember that everything we get with the Youth Media team is high-quality audio at source. That's the focus. Having to post-produce the content is an extra step that you normally want to try to avoid. If you have to edit. And if you can edit in WAV format, that's the best thing. You'll get the cuts, the best cuts, to remix. WAV files preserve all the original recordings data, and as a result, you can get a very good post-production result. What do we do in post-pro? Well, we recut audio, and we'll recut audio to a very good effect if it's high-quality audio to start with. We listen in post-pro for cliffhangers, content that we can slice out and reuse. We edit in WAV format if possible. That's important because all the editing software we use will occasionally encounter a codec, an encoding problem, or a memory problem if we don't have the high-quality, lossless format of WAV. We keep copies of everything we do before we edit them, so we can always go back and find a place to fix a problem. High quality at source is really the thing that saves you from a big hassle in the post-production phase. It's always easier to recut good audio. Microphones make good audio. We have an ATR 2100 USB mic. We have Rode mics. We have microphones that you can use plugged right into the bottom of iPads and Android phones. We have shotgun mics that are also very effective, even with old handsets. Lapel mics work very well. We enjoy the Rode Smart Lav Plus mic. When working in a series of 2 mics, it plugs right into a 3.5 millimeter jack. Okay, you're in post-pro. Primarily, if you're not fixing the content, because it doesn't need to be fixed because it's high-quality audio, you're listening for content that you can pull out. Cliffhangers, which might go back to the man that invented the mobile phone. Cliffhangers that may build suspense for listeners, that may lead people who listen to answers that are written on the blog at YMTFM. Cliffhangers, which may cause a listener to want to figure out more information, perhaps in the show notes of your episode. To reuse those cliffhangers, we first have to find them, then extract them, remix them in a way that sounds interesting, and then republish them. We remix most of what we do with fills, audio stings, things that make the cliffhangers sound interesting because there's a backing track that's ducked behind the primary audio. You can see a lot of the tracks we use, several hundreds of tracks we use from the musician Andre Louis, who goes by the name of Freaky Foof. The music we have is licensed from ONJ Music, from Andre himself, a musician in London that really knows the game of making things sound interesting. You have to edit in WAV format, especially when bringing in the fills to make sure the bit rates match up and that the sample rate matches up. Editing in WAV format is very simple. It's just a matter of getting it right, getting the right samples onto the right part of the timeline with the right kind of editing tools applied. Editing in WAV format allows us to apply all kinds of tools such as compressors, de-essifiers, noise limiters. It allows us to use a graphic representation of the waveform itself and to apply certain effects to get a better resultant audio file at the end. Editing in WAV is the key. The Zoom H6 is our primary WAV recorder. We use it as a USB interface, pushing a mic right into it and out of it. It takes 4 XLR mics or 4 XLR mics and an XY module on the top. It can also be used as a USB interface and has a way of collecting content directly in the field. Premium piece of equipment, well worth the €400 it cost us. We keep all the originals as we cut our stuff from one source to another. Everything, audio clips, are saved in folders by event names. Everything, the images, are saved by the date group, so it's really easy to try to find something after the fact. We can look back to 4 years of content, all fitting inside one single thumb drive. We go inside the OneDrive space that we use. You can see different clips that we've saved based on the event names, Excited, Failsha, ICT, EDU, and so forth. Everybody needs cloud storage as well as local storage space. So you're in Post-Pro. 4 main takeaways that you need to know.
Pro tips about post-production. Number 1. It is much easier to recut good audio. Number 2. Listen for cliffhangers. Number 3. Edit in WAV format. Number 4. Keep copies of original clips.
Post-production, an important, essential element of making and creating content. The big takeaway, try to do it away from the main flow in a back office location. Fix the problems, identify the cliffhangers, remix.
Catch up with us at YMTFM.
YMTFM, available online as the URL, as a hashtag, as a podcast, and as images on Flickr, Twitter, and Instagram. Up next, reimagination.